Hey all you Slashaholics, welcome back to Slash Sisters. I am Slash Sister Jen.
And I'm Slash Sister Hallie, and we want to welcome you back to our favorite channel. Your favorite channel. It's our favorite channel too, let's be honest. For horror movie reviews by true horror movie fans.
That's me and her.
Yeah.
And if you're new here, welcome. We do fun horror stuff here, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't ever miss any of our new reviews.
Sorry, drinks. In case you haven't figured out from what is sitting right in front of you, we are about to review one of our all-time favorite movies.
Yes. And if you haven't noticed yet, there's a little bit of space between me and Hallie. A little bit more space. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's an extra chair here as well, which can only mean one thing, right, Hallie?
Well, I think it means that we're going to be joined by a special guest today.
I think you're right. And with that, we want to welcome to our set our very dear longtime friend and big fan of the channel, Slash Bro Pat. Come on in here, dude. Welcome.
How's it going, guys?
Sit down, take a load off.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for being our first official guest.
Yes. Woo!
This has been in the works since we started our channel, as today we review not only one of our favorite films, but this also is one of Pat's favorite films as well. Actually, the entire franchise, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. I love it.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And we needed to have him come in and talk about it with us.
Yes. Today we are diving into the third film in the ongoing franchise of Evil Dead, and we are going to jump into the pit that is Army of Darkness.
I see what you did there.
You think you like that? We got a little bit in the script for you too. You want to read along with us?
Sure.
Cool.
So that baby blue is you.
Haha, baby blue is you, Slash Bro.
Matches the eyes. So this horror comedy film brings back our favorite director Sam Raimi, coupled with our favorite wisecracking chin Bruce Campbell, and was released in 1992, 5 years after Evil Dead 2.
Actually,
93.
we're going to correct you.
I think
It was 1993. Yes.
93.
That was my fault. I put it wrong in the script because IMDb lied to me. It was supposed to come out in 92 and did not come out until February of 93.
I think it was probably released in some type of film festival in 92, and then it got wide distribution.
Exactly.
This film also brings back the incredible talents that are Tom Savini with his special effects.
Tom Sullivan.
Yes.
Savini.
Tom Savini is awesome.
Tom Savini he's always on our mind.
Yes, Tom Savini did launch the careers of the other people that were involved with this, and that is the boys at KMBFX.
Yes.
And as you all know, because we talk about them quite a bit, KMBFX is one of our favorite makeup effects.
We're like big time fangirls. We're KMB fangirls.
Fanboy.
And fanboy.
Fan man.
Yeah, fan man.
Yeah.
That's right. Fan bro.
So this is definitely the most comedy filled of the franchise, with a lot of great jokes and one-liners. So yo, she bitches, give me some sugar.
Give you some sugar? No problem. Anytime.
Love it.
Well, there's a reason why there's a lot of comedy in this film and in Evil Dead 2, and that is the co-writer that wrote it was Sam Raimi, is also the creator of Lefty, the Hamburger Helper mascot.
I still can't believe that. That's amazing.
So funny.
So this film actually begins with a recap of the events of the previous film,
which we did in Evil Dead 2 as well. I mean, go figure. It's kind of becoming the MO.
The problem is they didn't have the rights, and they recast Linda.
Yeah, again.
This is the only one where she's actually played by an established actress.
Yes,
though.
True.
Jane Fonda, I believe.
Bridget Fonda.
Yes, right. But it recaps where we get a third actress portraying Ash's girlfriend Linda, and it, as we said, is Bridget Fonda.
So Ash Williams finds himself transported back in time to the medieval era after being sucked into a vortex created by the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the Book of the Dead. I'm sure you're all familiar after the first two
yes.
movies.
I think most people are familiar with it, even my kids.
I mean, we listen to Iceman.
I was going to say, my 4-year-old walks around singing Ex Mortis. So.
I'm sure you have a couple of these around.
Oh, yeah, these are around the house all over.
Actually, I think they're all here.
Actually, right now they are on the set.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of extra Necronomicons. We got our pillows here. Yeah, but this was one that I actually made, so it's special.
You made that?
I did.
That's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
How did you do it?
I took an actual book, ripped the entire center of it out. And then this is actually, there's parts of a latex mask. There is liquid latex. Once I finished it, I sprayed it with Flex Seal.
Like Billy May style?
Spray Flex Seal, because it gave it that weird, like, skin sort of texture to the outside of it. Then painted it afterwards.
That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't know
Thank
you
you.
made that.
Thank you. As he lands in the Middle Ages, Ash is immediately captured by Lord Arthur's men, who mistake him for an enemy due to his strange appearance and his technology, incling the Delta 88 that fell from the sky. They're all like saying it with their swords, like, what the fuck is that?
If you know Sam Raimi at all, he always has the film, in every film that he makes, the Delta 88 is always present.
Even in the Spider-Man movies.
Even in The Quick and the Dead.
Yes!
And it's always that weird shade of yellow.
Yeah, it's his car.
It's his car.
It's been... Apparently, rumor has it, Bruce Campbell, in a book that I read of his, If Chins Could Talk, he talks... If Chins Could Talk is the name of one of his autobiographies. But, yes, he talks about how during the filming of Army of Darkness, they actually attempted...
destroy the car.
Without Sam Raimi's knowledge, to destroy the Delta. They wanted it gone, but nothing can break that thing, apparently. And it just keeps coming back.
Yep.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
Yes.
The wise man tells Lord Arthur that he believes Ash to be the man prophesied in the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. But Lord Arthur orders Ash to be captured with Duke Henry and the Red's men.
Yes.
Ash has his shotgun and chainsaw taken away from him before being enslaved with Duke Henry's men and walk back to Arthur's castle.
Which I love this scene because, for one thing, you can, like, surely tell that, like, those things are not tight enough, even for when you do have a hand.
Oh, yeah.
But then he's just got, like, his stump shoved into the thing, and he's just, like, walking with it. It's like, okay, there's really nothing keeping that stump inside of the what are those things called?
Oh, God.
Locks? Whatever it is, you know.
Stockades.
That's it. But yeah, there's like nothing keeping his hand in there, but it's hilarious to watch. There's so much slapstick, funny comedy in this movie. Like, oh, I love it. Ash is thrown into a pit where he battles a Deadite, who is known to us fans and actually on set was known as the Pit Bitch. We get this hilarious slapstick fight where, like, I mean, she even, like, winds up a punch at him, you know? Like, so funny.
Rocked his world, though.
She sure as hell did.
Yeah.
Damn swamp bitch.
The wise man throws Ash's chainsaw into the pit, and he jumps, and it clicks onto his arm.
Love that. Like, what? This whole, like, okay.
That was the chosen one moment.
I know, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they actually show that in the Necronomicon. They show him, like, with his hand up in the air and the chainsaw dropping down. Yeah.
And as soon as it clicks in, too,
yeah.
It was just, like, absolutely perfect.
Ash is able to defeat the Deadite and pull himself out. This is, like, the most ridiculous thing. He pulls his belt off and wraps it around the chain
it
like
makes
a
the whip.
And the chain lifts him up. There's not even a plausible scenario in which that works.
Well,
absolutely not. But
and it's interesting because I was watching it earlier today, and he actually still held on to the chain and the belt at the same time.
Because
the belt wouldn't hold
it. Because it just doesn't make sense, but it's funny.
Right. I mean, it's definitely funny.
But yeah, it's immediately after the scene when we get arguably the most memorable line from this film.
Say it with us now. This is my boomstick!
See this? This is my boomstick! Shop smart. Shop S-smart. You got that?
Oh, God. Such a great line.
Yes, it absolutely is.
What follows after that, like the whole, like...
it's a Remington.
Right.
You know, I mean, he just... Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. It was a little bit more detailed than that.
Oh, absolutely.
Walnut stock, cobalt steel, shop smart, shop S-smart. After demanding that Henry and his men be set free and killing a Deadite publicly, Ash is celebrated as a hero.
He grows attached to Sheila, who was played by Embeth Davids.
Yeah.
The
Who is
sister.
that?
I absolutely love her. I think she's so beautiful.
She
Give me some sugar, baby.
was actually in another movie we've done.
Yeah, 13 Ghosts.
Yes.
Yep, she plays, I think her name's like Celine or something like that in that movie. All right, anyways.
But yeah, she was the sister of one of Arthur's fallen knights. This is where we get another of Ash's epic lines. Give me some sugar, baby. And right out of the gate, though, she did not like Ash.
No, she like throwing rocks
Yeah,
at him because she thinks that he killed her brother.
Right.
And,
You know?
And honestly, Bruce absolutely fucking hated that line. He hated that line.
Yeah, and Sam
like,
made him say it. He was like,
he
have to say it.
absolutely despised that line. He did everything in his power not to say it, and Sam was like, "You're gonna fucking say it."
Yeah, Sam.
But it was so bad, it was great.
I know, but it was like super cheesy.
Absolutely.
But I think that was the tone of the movie, though. Is it like a lot of the comedy was? I mean, it was cheesy, it was over the top, but I mean, that like stuff like that really set the tone for the movie.
Right. According to the wise man, the only way that Ash can return to his time is through the magical Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Have we not learned anything from reading from this damn book?
Stop reading the book.
Exactly.
You would think if anybody had learned anything, it would be Ash.
Yeah.
Because he's now on movie number 3 of dealing with the Necronomicon.
Technically, it's only his second time dealing with it because
Like
the first 7 minutes,
much the same.
the first 7 minutes of Evil Dead 2 was a recap of Evil Dead 1, and then Evil Dead 2 was a continuation of Evil Dead 1.
Exactly.
So it's like one giant story.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, really, this is all just one giant story.
True.
It's really, I mean, like, technically within just a few days.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly. Even though it took like 20 years to make all three of them.
Yeah.
No kidding.
That's all right.
So the wise man actually tells Ash that he must recite 3 special words when he retrieves the book.
Klaatu, Verata, Niktu.
After insisting, he remembers the words.
I got it! I know your damn words, all right?
Ash then sets out on his search for the Necronomicon.
Okay, so you watched the movie this morning. What are the 3 words?
Oh. Klaatu.
Barada.
Nikto.
Necktie.
Necktie. Yes.
Nectarine.
You know what's funny is that, like, when we do get to this scene, if you listen closely, he, like, coughs.
And he says it.
But he actually says it. He does say it correctly in the cough. He enters a haunted forest, and unseen forces pursue Ash into a windmill. We get, one of those fun, like, panning shots, the very signature
that was established in the very first Evil Dead.
Absolutely. And he crashes into a mirror, which leads to some of the, out of place, considering the rest of the film.
It was like funny, creepy,
but so funny.
This is very much like a tongue-in-cheek jab at Gulliver's Travels.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But like, not just Gulliver's Travels, but like Gulliver's Travels meets the Three Stooges.
Right. Small reflections of Ash in the mirror shards come to life and antagonize him.
Ramming speed!
With one becoming a life-size copy of him only after he is swallowed by Ash.
Right.
And then he splits into 2.
Yes.
Wow.
And he grows out of his shoulder.
And he also, because he can feel him rooting around in his stomach, he takes that boiling hot water. And
Oh yeah,
How do you like some hot chocolate?
This whole scene where he's like fighting the mini Ashes, and then
fighting the evil Ash that grows out of him.
Yep.
Evil Ash really comes.
Well, so he's like,
I'm bad, Ash. And you're good, Ash. You're goody little two-shoes.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Oh my gosh.
So when he arrives at the Necronomicon's location, he finds 3 books instead of 1 and has to determine which one is real.
Yeah.
One
of them bites him, like.
Yeah. It makes his face like.
It makes his face stretch out.
Yeah. I love seeing the behind the scenes photos for that too.
Oh, I know.
Like the prosthetics, like the testing of it. It's
phenomenal.
so
So
cool.
cool. Realizing at the last moment that he has forgotten the last word of the phrase that will allow him to remove the book safely, which is Klaatu, Verata, Nikto, he tries to mumble and cough his way through the pronunciation.
Klaatu, Verata,
Klaatu, Verata, Necronomicon.
He grabs the book and begins rushing back. Meanwhile, unknown to Ash, his ruse has failed, and his body's copy corpse rises from the dead, uniting with other Deadites into the Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Danger.
And he like evil Ash is like, take them bodies up faster, assholes! Like, it's like slave driving on the skeletons, which is hilarious.
You got something on your face.
Yeah, right.
So, do any of you happen to know who Evil Ash's second in command is played by?
I do. Because he's one of my favorite people in the universe.
Tell me more.
Bill fucking Moseley.
Bill Moseley.
Yes.
Yeah. Horror icon Bill Moseley
You
in
cannot
an
tell
almost
that it's him.
uncredited role.
Yeah. And, I mean, you can't tell it's him. The only reason anybody knows that it's him is because he's come out and said, you know what?
That's because a lot of people assumed that he was playing the evil version of Ash underneath heavy prosthetics.
Underneath the prosthetics,
and he actually said, no, that's not me, that's another actor, I'm actually Ash's second
It's actually
command.
He was the
Bruce
scout.
Campbell.
Yeah.
So he was the scout, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
So, upon his return, Ash demands to be returned to his own time. However, Sheila is abducted by a flying deadite and later transformed into one by Evil Ash.
Yeah.
She got not so pretty.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Yeah, after she is captured by the winged deadite, Ash becomes determined to lead the outnumbered humans against the army, and the people reluctantly agree.
Using the knowledge from textbooks found in the trunk of the 73 Oldsmobile Delta 88.
Which apparently, like, everything, except for the textbooks, they were, like, actually made for, specifically
the
for
movie.
this. Yeah. But everything else that was in the trunk was just, like, shit that was in his trunk, and they just left it there.
That's great.
I mean, leave it to Sam Raimi. But,
yeah. He's like, I'm not cleaning that shit out. Leave it in. Fuck it.
It'll be alright.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
But anyway, Ash helps Arthur's people prepare for the coming army of darkness by showing them how to make essentially gunpowder.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they make little bombs, like
explosive, incendiary bombs
devices.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
They blow up some shield.
Yeah.
A lot of fun was had.
Yes, absolutely.
With the help of Duke Henry, Ash successfully leads the soldiers to victory over the Deadites. So it was kind of, I think, he was actually, one of the heroes of the film.
Absolutely.
He kind of came to the rescue.
Absolutely.
He came to the courtyard.
He came to the rescue of the problem that he caused.
Right.
Which, honestly, let's be honest, you look at the other two films, it was caused by him in the other two films as well.
Yep.
Well, technically the first one, it was caused by Dr. Raymond Nobody.
Right.
Or Noby.
Noby,
not Nobody.
But, this slapstick, this, version of Ash is what we get continued in the TV series.
Right. But I feel like, this version of Ash, it gets continued, but, this is when Ash started doing, kung fu and starting to be a little more badass.
Yes.
With the chainsaw.
Absolutely,
and,
absolutely.
Cutting people in half.
But not only did he use his textbooks to create incendiary bombs, he also created himself a mechanical hand.
Yes, he did. That was actually earlier in the film. He had it when he went on this quest for the Necronomicon.
Really? What the fuck were you studying in college that you're able to not only know chemistry but mechanical engineering in medieval times to create such wonderful devices?
Let's crush that iron cup.
Groovy.
Right.
Cuter, but still, yeah.
Either way.
So, not gonna lie, when I was younger and I saw him do that with the hand, I was like, man, I kind of want one of those.
Cut my hand off and give me a mechanical one. Ash ends up blowing up Evil Ash and saves Sheila and brings peace between Arthur and Henry the Red.
So that was actually kind of a cool scene because they threw down their swords because they were quarreling nations in the beginning. And then,
absolutely.
After he came to the rescue.
Yeah, really, Henry and his men were what turned the tides for.
Oh, definitely.
For Ash and everybody else. Yep. So yeah.
So then, using a passage from the Necronomicon, the wise man tells him how to return to the present by giving him a potion after reciting the same 3 words.
Yeah.
You think he did it right?
Well, so that's the thing.
That's the question.
There are actually 2 separate endings to this film.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So there is the one where we get, it's the theatrical version where he wakes up in his own time, albeit in London, Kandak.
Yeah.
Kandak. So he has to get back to the States. But there's another one where he's supposed to like do like 3 drops.
6 drops, but he accidentally does 7.
Yeah.
That's what I read earlier today, at least.
So like each drop is supposed to advance him in time 100 years.
Yeah.
So because he takes an extra drop, he advances an extra 100 years past his own time.
And wakes up in post-apocalyptic London.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
but anyway, back in the present, Ash recounts his story to fellow employee played by Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's younger brother, who also played 3 other roles in the film at the S-Mart department store.
Yeah, Ted Raimi, he's a favorite. Absolutely. Like, he tends to pop up.
He's been in a lot of things. I mean, he was in Candyman 1.
Exactly. As he talks to the female coworker who is interested in his story, a surviving Deadite, present because Ash probably didn't say the right word.
I think he fucked up.
Yeah, I think so. I think he forgot the last word again. But that Deadite attacks the customers.
Mm-hmm. Ash kills it using a Winchester rifle and
I'll swallow your soul!
Come get some.
exclaims, "Hail to the king, baby."
Hail to the king,
before
baby.
passionately kissing the female coworker. He got some sugar.
Yeah, he did.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, so, I mean, we kind of already talked about this. I have this in the script that about the post-apocalyptic London, but basically, like, the studio decided that
it was too bleak.
Yeah, it was too bleak.
It was too bleak of an ending.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's essentially, my Slashaholic friends, where this film ends.
But it's not where the entire series ends, nor is this the last time we see Ash fighting the Deadites, because we get an entire 3-season story arc that was on Starz.
Yes.
I liked it.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
Ash vs. Evil.
I liked it.
So much fun.
I liked it
so great to like.
I liked it except for the fact they could not use any footage from Army of Darkness.
I know.
They did not have the rights to it. Again, they didn't have the rights to the previous material.
Yeah, there's been a lot of issues with material rights for this franchise. Hopefully things are getting better.
That was definitely when I binged.
Yeah.
Like, I went through the whole...
Oh, absolutely.
I went through, like, the whole series, like, all the seasons in, like, 3 days.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they were only, like, half-hour-long episodes.
Yeah,
so it's very easy
quickly.
to binge that said series. So what are your thoughts on this? I mean, obviously we love it, but, I mean, is it, like, a bloody machete up, bloody machete down?
Way up.
So 3 bloody machetes up.
No. 2 bloody machetes up, 1 bloody machete down. It is not fucking horror.
That's cool.
We review horror movies. This is a comedy film. I love the film. Do not get me wrong. I absolutely love the film. But it is not a horror film.
Okay.
There's not a single thing in this film that is scary.
That's fair.
To kids, maybe.
What about the blood spurt that comes up out of the pit? That's
all right, fine.
horror.
If you guys give me 2 bloody machetes up, I'm giving it a boomstick up. Because it's a comedy film, not a horror film.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'll give it a boomstick.
I think for me, it's the time period, like when I first saw that.
You love that fantasy stuff anyway.
I do, and I'm really a fan of like medieval times and things of that nature. And like when I was a kid, like some of those movies scared the crap out of me. So like this was a nice like segue for me into start getting into more like actual like real horror.
Right,
movies.
but I mean this in itself was not all that scary.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think it's a scary movie.
No, there's definitely nothing. I mean, there is some horror type elements.
It's not even as gory as the other 2 films.
Absolutely not. This is the only film that Ash doesn't end up covered head to toe in
some type of
blood or muck of some sort.
Oh, short of the pit.
True.
Yeah.
But that's muddy water. It's not
like a viscous black goo, green goo.
Yeah, which is what they used in the first film.
Right.
Because they were trying to get it past the censors, but didn't do any good.
He didn't have to cut any digits off.
Yeah. No.
But he did cut a Deadite's hand off in the pit, because remember it flew up and smacked somebody in the face.
Yeah, like stuck to their... Yep.
Okay, you are absolutely right though, Hallie. This is definitely a comedy.
Yeah.
but it fits so perfectly within the franchise, and I think it's the perfect segue from Evil Dead into Ash vs. Evil Dead. Because Ash vs. Evil Dead definitely is a lot more horror.
Yeah. Oh no,
like
yeah.
there's demons,
it's more horror, but it is heavy on comedy too.
Absolutely.
Now I will say though that like Ash's personality carries over into the series from Army of Darkness.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's more like
there's lots of quippy one-liners.
Well, and he's more like the protector in the first two movies, and he is in this one to an extent. But like I feel like you really like get to know the character.
Yeah, for sure. You get to know, I think, like Ash's kind of little idiosyncrasies and stuff like that. Like you get, I definitely think this is more of a character study of Ash versus the first two Evil Dead movies. And really, when we get it later into the franchise, like things take a very dark turn after this.
The very next installment in this series, which is the 2013 requel, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way I could describe it.
It was dark.
It was dark. It was gritty. It was very horrific to watch.
And lots of fucking blood.
Yes, definitely.
So much blood.
And if you stay through and watch the unedited version of it, there's actually an uncredited cameo by Bruce himself.
Tiny little flash. It's just him saying groovy, right?
Yeah, that's all it is. But it was nice to see like this franchise return to the dark roots in the 2013, and then later in the 2023.
I think 2023 Evil Dead Rise is a really nice mixture of the darkness that we get from 2013 with a little bit of comedy in a way that is done in a very dark humor.
Yeah, I'll give you that, with the exception of the fact that they rehashed the lines from Evil Dead 2.
True.
But that, my friends,
but they use the "I'll swallow your soul" part in Army of Darkness. I mean, it carries through.
But that, my friends, is another time.
Yes,
that's a different movie. For
it is.
time.
It's easy to get going.
I know.
Right,
You can just talk about the whole series forever.
So with that, we are going to send Army of Darkness straight back to Kandak.
Bye. Well,
by the way, I mean, y'all didn't see this.
You got the dagger.
I made that
Jenny
too.
made this. This is the Kandarian dagger that she made. Be careful, it's a real.
It is a real knife, yeah. It's not sharp, but it.
Well, then I can get the mechanical hand.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I made that as well. Jenny and her little crafts. I would like to make the full size one. That's the spine from Evil Dead 2. That is what I would really like to make, but that's going to take some effort. So, Hallie, we are continuing with franchises.
Mm-hmm.
We did number 3 of the Evil Dead franchise. Shall we carry on and do number 3 of another franchise?
Slash bro, would you like to let them know what we're doing next?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Dream Warriors! We didn't even plan that. That was so funny.
Wait. Warriors, come out and play!
No, Dream Warriors, this is, I mean, not to spoil anything, but this is my favorite of all of this franchise.
This is my, so for me, it would go 1, Freddy vs. Jason, then this. Because I absolutely love Freddy vs. Jason.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But for me, it's this, Freddy vs. Jason, and then 1. Anyways, we'll talk about that next time.
Anything was better than 2.
We talked about 2. We sure talked about 2. My gosh. Woo! Gay!
The homo overtones of that film were so freaking prevalent. But again, different story, different time.
Yeah,
we've already
watch that
covered
video.
one.
It's hilarious.
Yes. Until then, be sure that you slash that subscribe button.
Stab the like button.
Stab it.
Stab it.
Stab it.
And ring-a-ling the grave bell so you don't get lost and buried alive, and you keep up to date with all of our new videos.
Until then, we will see you all in the
afterlife.